Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and Gunsmith part 10 in our Gunsmith series of videos here for patch 13. This is a rehash of an older task, if you will, just kind of shuffled around, so we won't waste your time. We'll get into it and get this thing built. Okay, so as usual, we'll start off with the requirements. Mechanic wants an AK-105, has to have a silencer, 60 round mag, sighting range over 800, ergo over 38, which is a change. It used to be 40, so it's less now, so that's kind of handy. Recoil some less than 500, weight 4.8 or less, and as always, 8 slots or so compact, so that just means you have to fold the stock. So if we go into the build here, there'll be a couple of things to look at. Let me get my camera smaller. First off, you want to buy your AK-105 if you don't have one in raid. Again, as always, remember that it's above 60 durability. If it is not, it will not turn in. So the very first thing we're going to do before we do anything else is fold the stock. Middle mouse button or right click fold, whatever you want to do. Then we're going to take off the parts we don't need, which is going to be the magazine, the rear sight, the dust cover, and the hand guard. Now make sure that don't take the gas tube, because if you see how this looks like this, you can pull that off and you take the gas tube, that doesn't do any good. Make sure you just take off the hand guard. Now for parts we're gonna buy, the simplest thing I'm gonna tell you guys is to find the cheapest Zukov stock. It doesn't matter which color. So all I'll do is I'll go to the gas tube, I'll link search, and then I'll come look through the flea market for the first Zukov I see. Now when I was doing it, it was the tan one. We'll see what we come up with here as we go down. It's gonna be 12, 13, 14K usually is where they're at. Keep going, going right there. This one is the cheapest one you can get. But if we go in, and I'll just show you guys as far as the different Zukov stocks. So there's 3 of them here, right? You got black, which I didn't even ID. You got FDE, and then you got the plum, and these things are always pretty cheap, and it's going to be your best option. So just get one of these 3, whichever's cheapest, and that saves you the most money. By that, we plop that guy on. Next thing we do is we buy the cheapest handguard. Now, if you have Peacekeeper and Skier leveled up, you can buy these M-Lock right off of them and slap them on. If you do not, you can buy the rail off of Mechanic, and then buy the handguard that goes with those. So I have the M-Lock, so I bought those. We'll put that right on there. Now you got your 60 rounder, right? 60 rounder. These have finally gotten a little bit cheaper. I got mine for like less than 30,000 because people were selling it for that. If you haven't done it yet, you're spending 60, or you can go to proper and barter for one for a thermometer. And these things are like 35, 40,000 or even cheaper. So there you go. You can get it for 30,000. That's your 60 round mag. So we'll pop that on there. Now, next up is your Bastion. This is just off of level 1 Skier. Really easy to buy. Put that on there. The compact, I'm using this. There are other options, but this thing is on Skier. I believe it's loyalty level 1, but it could be 2. I'll go look for you real quick. Loyalty level 2 Skier. Yeah, right there. Loyalty level 2 Skier. It's, if you can't buy it, I mean, it's not expensive. If you can't buy it off him, there's another option. I believe you can use the carrying handle and the Trigicon TA5 sight mount, which this should be on Peacekeeper 2. I will go verify, make sure that that is there for you guys just as another option. And yes, there it is right there. Trigicon TA51 level 2 Peacekeeper. Anyways, I've got the compact on there. Now for sights, I got the tan one because it's cheap, but you can look through here and find the sight that you guys want. Again, link search, assault scopes, and you could go with this guy here. The 2X works. I like the Trigicons because while this one has a 3 ergo hit, and this one has a 2, and so do the other Trigicons. They are only 2. When I bought this, I spent like 19,000 buying my Trigicon, so that put it on there. I've got an extra grip. Look at that. So last thing is a suppressor. This DT hybrid mount, you buy it off a Mechanic. It's no big deal. It's really cheap. Even if you don't, you can get it off the flea. But we got to take off the muzzle brake. I forgot to take off the muzzle brake. There. Now the hybrid, do not buy the hybrid. Do not buy it. As you can see, it's super expensive. But Mechanic on loyalty level 2 has a very, very, very cheap barter. Oh no, it's loyalty level 2, right? Yeah, right here. Cheap barter for RAM, like 40K. Sometimes a little bit more, sometimes a little bit less. You barter for it. It's one of the cheapest suppressors. Doesn't have a huge ergo hit. If you have another suppressor you want to use, great. If you have one in your inventory, great. This is the one I get, and we're a little over the top. We're 39 ergo, so we have 1 to spare. So you could technically have a suppressor that's negative 18 ergo and be just fine. Or if you have like negative 19, you can throw an RP1 on the side or change your pistol grip to use that other suppressor if you want. This is my build. Now let's get into the preset screen so you can see it. Here's the Gunsmith Part 10 build. Let's go find the parts because people like seeing the parts list on here. Now this has everything. including the pistol grip, silencers down here at the bottom, suppressor, whatever. And that's your part list for those that want it like that. But she's all finished and complete. There's the screen there. Let's go turn it into mechanic and see what our next gunsmith turns out to be. Turn in, complete, finished. Now gunsmith 11, which is the vector. That's new, so I'll look into it and I'll get that one built and we'll get another one up for you guys. But as always, we'll keep cranking through these until I hit another 24-hour wall, and I will let you know what that wall is, so you know when to expect it yourself. Otherwise, look up here for the next video. As soon as it's live, it'll be up there, other than just the playlist. Appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you in the next video.